Cooking Club weekly cooking class. That's a mouthful. I'm Stephanie Dreyer. I am a plant-based meal planning expert and the founder of Batch Cooking Club, a weekly vegan meal prep membership that makes dinner easier. We are here weekly on Thursdays with a live cooking class featuring one of the recipes in our weekly plans. We drop new plans every Wednesday and we're so excited to share the magic of batch cooking and the deliciousness of Batch Cooking Club. I want to give a shout out to all of our members. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you to everyone who's watching live. Let us know you're here. Drop your favorite emoji in the comments. Tell us where you're viewing from. And if you're watching in replay, tell us as well with the hashtag replay. We love to connect everyone all over. We have members all over from the UK to Canada to the United States, so it's always fun to see where everyone's tuning in from. We are making, and it smells so good right here because I'm getting whiffs of garlic and apple cider vinegar. We are making the walnut and black bean chorizo from this week's Batch Cooking Club plan. And we always give you 4 dinner recipes, and then we give you 4 to 6 other recipes that you can prep on the weekend in less than 2 hours, or at the most 2 hours, so that you can speed up those dinner recipes later during the week. And we typically give you a double batch of one recipe that you can use in 2 completely different dinners, which is what we're doing today. We're doing the walnut and black bean chorizo, and we're serving that in chorizo and potato tacos. Are so good, mix of sweet potato and regular potato. And then we're also serving it again in chorizo taco bowls with vegan street corn and some different toppings and fillings. So I'm super excited to show this recipe to you. It's a great plant-based alternative to a traditional chorizo that is usually, I'm not even gonna tell you what it's made with because you don't wanna know. And there are some great soy chorizo products out there, but this is a great option if you're avoiding soy altogether, and it's a whole foods plant-based recipe, which is what we always aim for. So I'm gonna dive in unless we have any questions. All right, so let's do it. So I will post the full recipe after we finish the live, so you don't have to madly take notes, but if you are, you need a pound of walnuts, and I'm just gonna put those in first. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna grind these up first into a coarse crumble so it gets that crumbly texture, and then we're gonna add in our other ingredients, okay? So let's get started. You just need a couple seconds, so I'm gonna show you what that looks like right here. If you wanna zoom in, you just needed a couple seconds there. I'll show you. See, it's just a very coarse, crumbly texture, okay? So now we're gonna add in the rest of the good stuff. Not that the almonds are good. Oh, and I should say, if you have a nut allergy, let me just look at my notes here. You can definitely use pepitas, pumpkin seeds, inside of the walnuts and have a nut-free version of this as well. We always include nut-free, soy-free, gluten-free, and oil-free options in every recipe as applicable, and we always include a weekly ingredient substitution guide, so there's an alternative for every recipe, for every ingredient in each of our recipes. So you don't have to worry about picky eaters. You don't have to worry if something's not at the grocery store, you forgot it, don't have it in your pantry. We've got you covered with all of that stuff. All right, so I have a can of beans that I've rinsed and drained, black beans. And then I'm going to add, I've got a few things here. 2 cloves of garlic, and you can see that I've minced those up already because you don't want to get a big chunk of garlic in there, and since we've already crumbled up our walnuts, you want to mince up your garlic first so you don't get a big chunk of that. So that's number 1. Then I've got 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. This gives it a little zestiness to it, and we're also going to add lime juice, so we've got that. And then I've got a variety of spices in here. I've got chili powder. Our recipe calls for 2 teaspoons. I'm doing a half a teaspoon because I don't like mine spicy. So you kind of judge, you do you, as we always say with Batch Cooking Club, you do you. We give you a base recipe and then you adapt it to what your family and your family preferences and your personal likes. So again, 2 teaspoons, I'm using a half. We've got salt, sea salt, freshly ground pepper, we have oregano, we have cumin, and we have garlic powder. So we're gonna put all of that in here. And then we have the juice of 1 lime. So we're gonna squeeze that in here. All right. Now you can make this ahead of time and not cook it, which is what I was gonna say. If you're batching this on the weekend, you're not going to cook it until you're ready to use it. That way it'll be super fresh. You can also eat it raw. It's very delicious without cooking it as well. But you can also make a batch and freeze this as well. So if you want to keep it on hand, this is like really yummy. Like you could make scrambles with it with tofu. I'm gonna make big burritos tonight for the kids and wraps. So there's a lot of ways you can use this. It would also be really good in enchiladas or quesadillas. There's so many ways you can use this chorizo. So I encourage you to make a batch, freeze some, and then you have a gift to yourself in the future for when you want to whip up a quick meal. So all we're going to do now is process this until it's smooth and combined. We're probably going to need to take a few moments to zhuzh everything around, and then I'll show you how we cook it up really quickly. Time to zhuzh. You want to keep it on it because you don't want it to get over processed and then it's just mush. So that's something you want to look out for. So I'm kind of just smushing it around. Actually, the food processor did a great job. Go Cuisinart. I love this food processor. Okay, here we go, another little pulse. Okay, there we go. This is what it looks like. And it's just very crumbly. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna taste it. Delicious, I love it. Like I said, you can eat it raw. There's no reason why you couldn't eat this raw. There's nothing that will harm you because it's all nuts and beans. So when it comes to cooking this, I'm just gonna put my skillet on medium heat. I'm gonna do it without oil. You could add oil if you want. I don't think you need it. I'm just gonna show you a little bit of how this comes together in the pan. And while that's heating up, I want the pan to be really hot since I'm not using oil. Let me tell you about the rest of the recipes in this week's dinner menu plan. So as I mentioned, we drop new plans every Wednesday, and this week on the menu, this is what we're serving. We have the walnut and black bean chorizo and potato tacos. We have the taco bowls featuring our vegan street corn, corn off the cob. And we also have peanut broccoli and tofu soba noodles. So good. You batch cook a peanut sauce on the weekend, so that comes together, that meal comes together super quick. And then last but not least, I think it was the, let me just make sure, looking at my notes. Yes, chickpea French onion soup. So we do. We deliver every week a variety of recipes with a mix of plant proteins. So that way, as you can see, you're not eating the same, you're not having tofu every night, you're having a mix of beans, you're having a mix of nuts, grains, all that kind of stuff. And then we also make sure that we have variety in the types of cuisine, from anything from Asian and Indian to Latin and American, Mediterranean. We try to cover it all. And I already mentioned about the ingredient substitution guides. The 4 to 6 recipes we're batch cooking this week. I'm looking at my notes here. We're gonna do the peanut sauce for those soba noodles, as I mentioned. You're gonna batch cook that French onion soup. So after you cook that on the weekend, it is done. You are ready to serve. Just reheat and serve. We're doing this chorizo, as I mentioned, for the 2 meals. And then we also are making a cilantro lime rice, and that is going in the taco bowls. Oh, and the vegan street corn off the cob, which is one of our new recipes this week that came out so fun and delicious. If you like corn on the cob and if you've never had street corn, this is a fun way to eat it. So those are our recipes for the week. You can always check out what we're serving. On Wednesday mornings, we drop the new plan. If you head over to batchcookingclub.com/this-week, we show you what's on the menu, and you can join us. And of course, you can learn more about our membership options at batchcookingclub.com. We would love to have you. All right, I think I'm gonna give just put a little bit in here. And again, you just wanna cook this when you're ready to serve it, because if you cook it and you're looking for like a little bit of a char on it, okay? And I'm just kind of breaking it up with my spatula and getting it a little crumbly. And you're just looking for a little brownness. You just want it browned. And it's warming it up too. But again, if you wanted to eat it raw and just leave it out to set to room temperature and then use it as you want, you could do that too.
Marcia from Washington said, I prefer to use no oil.
Perfect. I'm with you, Marcia. I'm trying to get rid of the oil too. Starting 2021 off healthier, and I do love my oil, but when I don't have to use it, like in something like this, why use it, right? If you just have a hot pan, you're good to go. So as you can see, I'm keeping my spatula moving because this browns up really quick, especially if you have a hot pan. So I am standing over it. You do not want to leave it alone or you will burn it or it'll get really, brown. So let's see here. I think we are good. I'm going to turn that off and I can show you that right there. See? You can see the difference actually. Maybe if I compare the two, you can see it's darker in color and crumblier, so you can kind of see the difference of the texture that you're going for. And then you can use this, it's ready to go in your recipe either for those taco bowls or for the tacos, those potato tacos. So do we have any questions before I move on? Okay, so great. This is how easy it is to make your own plant-based chorizo. Of course, you can change it up with whatever nuts or beans you like, but I really like the black bean combo here. I think it's just like perfect. Ooh, this looks so good. And you can use it in so many different ways. As I mentioned, I'm doing a big stuffed burritos today with some Spanish rice for my family and making some guacamole and pico de gallo and having all the toppings and make it really fun. I would also want to tell you, you can learn more about us at batchcookingclub.com. We're here every Thursday with a new recipe. I invite you to learn more about us over there and follow us here on Facebook as well as on Instagram at Batch Cooking Club. And you can also follow me, Vig Mama, over here on Facebook as well as on Instagram. I would love to connect with you. We have a really fun program if you're interested. Oops, technical difficulties. We're trying out a new phone, everybody. Actually, I'm super excited. I finally got a new phone, and so I'm hoping the sound and the clarity is much better this week. We turned 1 this week, so we're kind of elevating everything, including our look. As our members saw yesterday, we have a new look with our weekly plans. And we have a Jumpstart program starting next Wednesday, February 10th. If you are looking for some support and help with adding more plant-based meals to your dinner table on the daily and need help with how to do that and also how to stick to and create a meal planning and prep routine, drop a thumbs up in the comments below and I will connect with you and share more about this program. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited and I cannot wait for my next group of students who's going to be in there for the next 6 weeks. So you can learn more about that. Just drop me a thumbs up and I will connect with you. And I mentioned it's our birthday, so if you head over to Batch Cooking Club on Instagram, we have a huge giveaway that we're doing this month to celebrate our birthday. And it includes we're giving away two regular prizes and a huge grand prize. So the regular prize are 2 annual memberships to Batch Cooking Club, and then the grand prize is a pro membership, which includes the annual membership plus a private coaching session with me, plus a gift basket of a few of my favorite things that I love, including cookbooks, parent resources, kids clothing, cooking subscription for your cooking club for your kids, so many fun things. So go to Batch Cooking Club, check out on Instagram, check out our post yesterday with the birthday cake, and it shows you how to enter and how to participate. That's going on all month. You can enter several times during the month for more chances to win, and then we're gonna pick winners at the end of the month. So super excited about that. Thank you everyone for watching. If we don't have any more questions, I'm just gonna close out, tantalize you with this delicious chorizo, and invite you to join us here next week We're here every Thursday morning with a new recipe from our plans. Have a beautiful day. Bye.